Hey YouTubers. So I was watching this video recently by ZOMGitsCriss, which by the way, I want to say for the record, and this is not to be taken in any offensive way, she is one saucy wench.
Alright, a quick disclaimer. Being called a saucy wench is no way offensive, and it was meant as an extreme compliment. I really think you look good, and I really like you. I plan on rating most of your videos as soon as I get the time. If you did take offense to this, ZOMGitsCriss, I am very sorry. Please do not get angry. By the way, you are in fact a saucy wench.
Now this video was a reply to homophobes' video about why gays are bad or whatever, and she made a very clear point when talking about how you go about saying that God says homosexuals are wrong and homosexuality is a sin. And she said you have to prove 3 points. 1, that there is a God. 2, that your God is the correct God. And 3, that the Bible is the Word of God. I thought that was brilliant, and in an effort to show why homosexuality is okay by my religion's standards, Pastafarianism, I'm going to prove those 3 points. Now I invite any other religion who thinks they can do the same to do so, because as it stands right now, after this video is made, homosexuality is okay, and my God, the FSM, said so. Now, to prove my first point, that there is a God, I'm going to look at unintelligent design. You see, there are some animals out there, some have gone extinct, I understand, but some have not, and have things that don't make any sense why they would ever develop them. If evolution is correct, why the hell did they get these adaptations? Well, they got them because of unintelligent design. Let's look at the platypus. It's got a duck bill and a beaver tail and a couple other things that make no sense when slapped together. Why would any creature develop like this? Well, this must mean that it didn't develop like this. It was created like this by a creator. Alright? Let's go with the Irish elk. The Irish elk had these huge horns to attract mates and whatnot. But over the years, as the size of their rack got larger, the elks began to fall prey to predators and whatnot because their heads were simply overweight. Now, why in the world would an elk develop this over hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years if it was just gonna get eaten by having a big rack? Well, I can only say that there must have been a creator. The question now remains, well, if there must be a creator because no being would possibly develop these things for survival, why the hell would he build something that stupid? And like most of my information, including the arguments about the Irish elk and the platypus, I'm getting this from the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And the Gospel says, the FSM, our creator, isn't very bright. Well, that solves it. There must be a creator, and he's probably not very bright. Now on to my second point, proving that my God is the God that I have proven exists. Alright, let's start with one thing simple. I think, therefore I am. This quote comes from a famous philosopher. Well, turning our attention to the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster again, the fourth, I really rather didn't, states, as for anyone who might object, I think the expression is, go fuck yourself. Right down here in writing we have the spaghetti monster thinking. If he thinks, therefore he is. Now, that might not be enough for other people, so let's see if I can dig up a little more proof. Now, this proof comes down to more evidence of the creator having knowledge that he possibly could not have known. Unless, of course, he was the creator and he knew what was going to happen. He says, also in the fourth, I really rather didn't, that people can go turn off their TVs for once and take a walk. When these I really rather didn'ts were handed down, they were handed down to the pirate Mosey long before there was TV. Now, this point's going to be a little hard to prove, but I want to say one very clear thing. Bobby Henderson, the human author of this book, he got this information from the flying spaghetti monster. Now, you might realize that this doesn't quite make sense, seeing as how in the book it says, in the I really rather didn't, I don't talk to ye, you're not that interesting, get over yourself. However, Bobby Henderson never claims the FSM talked to him. You know how he got the information? It was put in there, in his head. Alright? Unlike the Christian God, or the Muslim God, or whoever other gods we got out there, where the writers of their holy books were told by God what to write. Bobby Henderson, spontaneously knew what to write. Now, since he knew that, and since the book then agrees that I don't talk to ye, it must be the word of the FSM placed in Bobby Henderson's head. Therefore, I prove the third point. Now that I've established that, I'd like to point out the reasons why homosexuality is okay. The first part coming in the fourth, I really rather didn't, where it says, I really rather didn't offend yourself or your willing consenting partner of legal age and mental maturity. Now, it never says consenting partner of legal age, mental maturity, and opposite sex. I go now to the chapter titled, What Would a Pirate Do? And number 5 of what a pirate would do says this. Find thee a wench. Or, if you're a wench, find thee a pirate. Wenches and pirates go together like spaghetti and spaghetti sauce. So do same-sex pirates, who are perfectly acceptable in pirate culture. Now, you might be saying, well, come on, sauce and meatballs. That's pirate culture, that's not the FSM. The pirates are the chosen people of the FSM. The FSM, accepts everything they do, the FSM loves them, and basically, if they think it's okay, the FSM's gonna say, hey, it's okay. So, there we go. Not only have I proved there's a God, that God is the FSM. The Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster is the word of the FSM. I've also now proved that the FSM says it's okay to be gay. Ramen!